because I didn't grab mine either. Which is fine.
We're learning.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of whatever the hell this is.
Yep.
Huzzah! I'm upside down.
Sangi is at the wheel.
I am, and it's bad.
He has no idea what he's doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not even gonna lie. Let me turn this down real quick. Actually, I need to do that in my head. Here we go. That's a little better.
No. You're just gonna add a lot of Sangis?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Let's just stack them.
No, don't stack them. Just put them right next to each other. Eerily. Get rid of that. That's not what you wanted.
What?
That's a different video cat. We don't want video cat. I mean, you do.
But
How many Sangis do you want?
all of them.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna try to talk about DnD if Sangi can stop doing what he's doing.
God, get off me.
And put me up there. Webcam capture. Webcam capture. There should be one.
Which is what this is.
Okay. Alright. See face camera.
But that's mine.
What's yours?
See? Like I said, I'm pretty sure that it's web-based. Like,
Okay.
I have to do the web-based one.
Oh, right. I remember now.
Where's your
In the Discord.
Where's your Coderino? Hello there! So, I don't really know what I want to talk about tonight. I drew this goofy
What's
little
doing?
picture earlier and decided that it would be funny. And then whenever my players could come in, I was going to invite them to also draw all over it. You can climb all the way up out of my ass at any point. That'd be okay. All right.
Right click on the browser source. Filters.
Got it.
Down. Looking for chroma key.
I know what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I went too far.
Didn't go far enough. Oh, that one didn't have it. the very bottom.
Ah.
So now you're getting to see the whole process of how we do things. The man behind the curtain, as they say. Only we're not. You know.
I'm not usually the bro behind the curtain. So I don't know if you had anything like really to talk about tonight.
Not really.
Cool.
I had planned on doing Mark and Derek.
Yeah, no, I like I said, like if my computer could stream it, then fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, God, I forgot. Our computers don't stream it very well.
No. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's just that I don't have OBS optimized to do it, or if my computer just lags too hard when it's trying to do it. So, like, that's not
my computer
a good option.
Does stream it really well, but about 7 minutes in, I feel like my hands are on fire because it gets so hot. But,
so, a little bit about, I guess, D&D as a whole before I actually get into streaming it for the masses. There's a lot of, I guess, misconceptions and stuff that's kind of like, hello, mind delusion. Yeah. There's several misconceptions that, like, kind of stem from stereotypes, honestly, that were evolved in the early 80s, when D&D was at the height of its, I would say, hatred.
Hi, mind delusion.
In America.
Well, thank you for chatting.
Yes, thank you very much. The masses have highly regarded D&D as some kind of like satanic cult shit. It's literally a bunch of nerds sitting around a table rolling dice, and I think that one of the best examples in the coming years that's kind of really brought, D&D to the forefront was Critical Role. It was a huge wave that kind of catapulted D&D into this pseudo-stardom that it now sees.
Yeah. Not just for nerds anymore.
Yeah, it really did not used to be.
It was not accessible up until, God, like, what, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
6 years ago?
It really was I almost kind of want to say, like, a safe haven. There is still a lot of gatekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a safe haven for, like, relatively nerdy kids to exercise their power fantasies in a relatively healthy way. There is nothing that makes you feel more powerful than dropping 148 d8s.
There's d4s, but yeah.
Whatever. The point is, like, you feel like a total badass when you're doing a shit ton of damage to a boss monster, or like a special fight that you guys have been working up towards for years, or even months.
Or even just like 5 minutes, dude.
Or even like this guy just said something wrong to you within the last 5 minutes. Yeah. Your guys' party really didn't need a whole lot.
No. Low maintenance. Give us something to kill and we'll kill it.
It is fun. But that fun does come at a heavy responsibility from everyone that's on the table. Because when it comes down to it, the game in and of itself cannot be played by one person, because the way that this game works is it is a communal storytelling game. Essentially, everyone that sits at the table is a player, including the dungeon master. Although we like to joke, dungeon masters, that we will never get to actually play games because all of our friends constantly want us to dungeon master, and I can personally say that this has been the expectation of most of my friends since learning about my dungeon mastering ability.
Stop being good at it.
I look. There's a level of passion that I kind of put into this game that is borderline zealotry.
Mm-hmm.
I love the escapism the game provides. I suppose is the best way to put it. It lets me pretend to be an orc wizard or shit, some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It allows me to, role play a fucking piece of sentient bread that's a mage.
Hey.
Victor Hotbread.
Victor Hotbread. He was a special boy.
There are so many things, so many creative paths that the game gives you, and it just kind of depends on what avenue and what style you want to play. There's the very serious, buckle down and really get into the heavy role-playing aspect of things.
There's no desktop button.
Oh, I just turned it down. There. Now,
There.
that should be better. I can't remember what I was saying.
Sorry.
Oh. And then, beside the whole, heavy role-playing moments, which I've come to find a lot of player characters will get into if you just, kind of nudge them in that direction, is the less serious kind of chaotic style that most parties fall under. You are not... If your expectation of the game is Matthew Mercer level dungeon mastering, then you have a pretty high bar, because that dude is pretty fantastic. I go for rule of cool. So a lot of the stuff that I let go, I do in the name of because I'm Vamp
He's
Daddy.
a vampire.
I can hang from the ceiling, and I thought it would be funny. Is it distracting? Because it was also meant to be distracting. I didn't really have a reason for doing it. I was just like, I'm gonna turn myself upside down. Yeah, yes, Heart, to your point. Lightning bolt to lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
When my players come up with a clever solution or something fun that they want to be able to try to do, and they ask me for a reward for it, especially if it's creative, I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, if it succeeds, I'll let it happen. What the hell? What's the worst part that could possibly happen? And there are certain things that I do, kind of put my foot down on, but for the most part, it's like, you're playing a character that is in an action adventure role play setting, where you get to kick the shit out of, Count Strahd. Why would I limitate what it is that you can do with your cool smite spell? Why not be able to turn it into a giant bird that hits him in the chest and, throws him off the top tower, and that's how you win the fight or whatever? Is that canon how the spell works? Fuck no.
Nope.
But it sure sounds fucking cool, so why not? At least he didn't die. Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll have that in a small farm town community. Trying to lightning bolt a lightning bolt, and that's what you get. But yeah, just kind of to set up everybody's expectations. I'm I get told
Hey, Brett.
that I'm good. I want to temper that with I'm human and I'll make mistakes. So please be kind. There's stuff that I'm going to get wrong, and I'm the kind of DM that would rather rule in the moment and then go back and figure out, if there's a better way that I could have ruled it next time, than it is to slow down the game with a slew of rules. So. Oh, hello. Very, very good. Very good.
Welcome to the dark side. Cheating.
It's not cheating, it's light boosting.
Thanks for the larks, Dirty.
Yeah, appreciate it, Serty. So one of the things that we've kind of been talking over is like who we want to play in these games, and I've yet to really sit down and talk to Hunter yet. Like, I've had a couple conversations with him. He's in a lot of pain. So I mean,
he's got surgery coming up.
Yeah, so he's not in the best state to talk. But he's given me little bits that he sounds like he's kind of excited for it, and that he's looking forward to playing through it. So to give everyone kind of like a no, I won't do that ever. I mean, the guy forces me to perform. I'm not.
I have watched
no.
them hug once. It's true. It's happened.
No, I'm not doing that either.
A swift kick in the ass? No, because you never know when that thing's gonna go off. So.
Yeah, you gotta really.
You might
be
not
careful.
get your foot back.
Just be hot acid shit. Oh, there's a good spell that we can use for
Air
later.
hug?
Acid shit. Let's see. We are going to be playing this.
That's good. A card that simply says "Hug from Dakota."
Well, I mean, I'm not.
That.
No, I'm not making anything. I'm not putting any effort into telling him to get better. It's not going to happen. So, anyway, like I was saying, I'm kind of I'm excited to get into this because this is the first time that I've actually gotten to. And yes, I am. I don't know what to. I don't know what to do here. I can't make you happy. It's just not gonna work. This is the first time that I've actually gotten to run Ravenloft. It's one of my favorite campaign settings. Being a huge D&D nerd, one of my favorite monsters in all of D&D, of course, as a classic edgelord goth kid, was vampires. Thus, the aesthetic that I have chosen for my character, Desmond, the Sanguine Viscount.
He's a nerd.
Yeah, I mean, let's call it what it is, right? I'm a gigantic nerd. I love vampire lore. I had a huge, I mean, but really, who didn't have a huge crush on Kate Beckinsale as a vampire?
Oh, dude,
like,
don't get me started on that. Oof.
Underworld is a great, terrible series, but great movie for Kate Beckinsale.
I can't
Just
believe it took me until I was
hottest fucking vampire I've ever seen.
I can't believe it took me until I was in my 20s to realize that not every woman was solely attracted to women. And 4 dudes. Because she was hot as fuck, dude.
Yeah. Anyway. Kind of moving on from Kate Beckinsale. That went down a weird path. Ravenloft, the campaign setting is specifically put in the domain of dread of one Count Strahd von Zarovich, who is not as goofy as my picture makes him look. He's kind of a solid dude. Ruler of a land known as Barovia. This guy right here. So you'll be seeing a lot of this.
You'd almost feel bad for him if it wasn't for
the murder and the
vibes.
Yeah. The murder, the creep vibes, the serious lack of personal awareness when it comes to like relationship matters.
Yeah.
The murdering your own brother thing, probably top of the food chain.
To steal his girl.
So, we will be starting not in Barovia. We will be making our way to Barovia via the House of Lament, which is another domain of dread that moves throughout all of the different planes and can be made pretty much anywhere. And like I was trying to say yesterday, we are starting in the small town of Redlark, which is very close to Waterdeep, the City of Splendor. A lot of these names that I'm kind of rattling off have huge significance in the D&D world. Waterdeep is a gigantic port city. And it is known for many adventure starting there. Just as an example, the Princess of the Apocalypse campaign setting that we ran involved being in and around Waterdeep, the Destron River Valley, the entire campaign. There's several others that are seated right in that same area near Baldur's Gate, which is a little bit further to the south, and near the Spine of the World, which is way, way to the north, with places like 10 Towns and things like that, which I would eventually like to run a campaign for the Frost Queen.
Yes.
I really, really like the way that one is written. It's one of my favorite campaigns that I've seen 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons come out with. Well written, very well paced, and a very choose-your-own-adventure, Goosebumps style book that can be played in literally any which way that you decide is coherent for your players and that makes the most sense for your campaign. It's beautiful. It's wonderfully done. But we are going to go ahead and stick our mitts into Strahd first, because the Curse of Strahd is a classic. This is one of the first modules that actually came out in Dungeons & Dragons history. It was a expansion upon the world known as Ravenloft, and it was where they first really started experimenting with going into different styles and types of horror, including cosmic horror, which is sort of a... I kind of want to say like a backbone, even though it's not really... This isn't going to be like straight up Cthulhu stuff. It is going to be its own pocket dimension, and that's what each one of the domains of dread is. The person that is in command of these lands is some kind of terrible tyrant that takes a vice or something that is usually viewed as bad in humans and takes it to an absolute extreme. So someone who needs control of everything in their life suddenly becomes such a micromanaging machine that every little thing that happens within their borders has to be run by them. And if something is out of place, they snap and they kill people. It is the extremes of the human psyche when it comes to like dark thoughts and processing dark thoughts. To kind of put it into perspective, the way Strahd becomes a vampire is he embraces a dark god, and this dark god promises him that he will be forever with his love if he just, makes a deal with him. Well, that deal ends up doing a lot of really bad things, and Barovia is born, and Strahd rules over it eternally. And as far as he knows, there's no way to break his curse. So, that is kind of the, basis for where it is that we'll be. It's a really cool campaign setting. There's a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that with 2 different groups being in it, I should be able to overlap story beats, and because of how customizable Curse of Strahd actually is, I can run 2 people through this campaign and have it turn out 2 completely different ways almost every single time. So that is kind of a neat thing. And the campaign setting that I've chosen to kind of bring us into Barovia, the House of Lament, is a good one because it also serves 3 separate paths that the players can take. And depending on the choices and the bad guys that I set up and stuff like that, the players will have ultimate control over how they escape the house and what they have to do in order to do it. So it'll be some fun. Hopefully everybody will be rather creative and inventive. Mez was looking at having a 3-person, including her party. I believe you're going to ask those people later. 4? Well, three with
other people.
So it was you and 3 people.
Yes.
Is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
With a 4th person that would rotate in and out.
Yes. Sure. That's good.
So including you, it would be a 4-person party. But we're gonna pick up 3 other people. You're gonna talk to those people, I'm assuming, to see if they're wanting to play.
Oh God.
You should probably do that.
I should probably do that.
Yeah, you should probably do that. Huh? Oh,
Hart's already in it, though.
Did you say Hart?
Right?
Yeah, I mean, well, I have to invite, but
Yes.
But yeah. That is true. So, let me kind of explain. Okay, here. I will fix it. Maybe I will fix it. Boop. There. Is that better? Is everybody having fun now? Now that I'm off the roof? Okay. So, I'm sorry that I hurt your head. The way the Dungeons and Dragons works as a game is it's a communal storytelling game. So, essentially, I am the eyes, the ears, the nose, the skin of the players. I tell them what they feel, what they hear, what they see, what they smell, what they taste, what they can touch. I tell them the general state of an area. And I will also give them NPCs, played by yours truly, to interact with to further the storyline along. So, essentially the way that it works is the players are your main characters. They're the party that the story follows along. And then I am everybody else. Everything else. Um, if there's a pool of water or a field of flowers or anything like that, I tell them about it essentially, and then they can interact with those things. I don't like that that analogy. It feels too much like you're being power gamey at that point. Yeah, I mean,
God.
okay, no,
No, you're not.
I'm more like the nameless narrator.
The writing writer.
I'm the writing writer. The
behind your 10-speed bike.
the man behind the curtain pulling the rods. I'm not the overlord of the world per se. I'm just the guy that makes all the puppets move. I'm the marionette dude.
The puppet master.
The puppet master. Yes. Oh, Mr. J. We're hopefully we're gonna have some fun with some of the stuff that we do. I think I have a pretty decent path for the first bit. We'll have to see what you guys draw out of the deck as to how your story turns out when you get to Barovia, but it's gonna be a fun one. No, I hope not.
Yeah, David Attenborough.
No.
Just kind of narrating his chaotic little critters as they go along.
No.
David Attenborough's awesome.
No. Tim Curry.
Oh, yeah.
Much more Tim Curry than I am David Attenborough.
But
What?
David Attenborough is the best, like, wildlife narrator to ever live.
Yeah, but
Tim Curry in the new movie?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That narrator.
Yeah.
And I'm back.
I don't think that a nature, like a National Geographic like narrator is like
What a DM is?
no, yeah, no. That ain't it.
That ain't
I'm not like watch as the rogue rifles through the fighter's backpack. Oh, he's
Hold on.
jostled him. He's jostled him a bit.
Sometimes you are.
No.
Except then you go, and roll for Constitution.
Do you touch it?
Make a con save. What?
My favorite thing.
Where are you in the room exactly?
Exactly. My favorite statement to make as a dungeon master. There's two of them, and it always gives me this. The players give me this deer in the headlights look whenever I say it. Is so where's everybody standing in the room? that always makes them nervous. And the other one is, do you? Are you sure you want to do that?
Pause.
My second favorite thing is when they see how many dice I pick up when I'm rolling the dragon's breath. That you suffer 26 d10. 26 d10. Yep. Where exactly are you standing in the room? One of their favorite things to hear, which usually breaks the tension from whatever asinine thing they're about to do, is roll for initiative. Players love that one, because that means they're about to fuck shit up. Are you sure you want to do this? I usually give people a fair warning before they jump into a black pool of ichor trying to stop a god from being birthed, you know? Like, I ask the question, are you sure that your character is ready to die on this platform? Because I'll allow it. But just know, like, your actions have consequences. I am that kind of DM as well. I'm a believer in actions have consequences, and if you begin taking a course of action, then there is an equal and opposite reaction. So I like bringing stuff that the players say and do back to bite them in their asses. They realize that poor bandit that they harassed in the early portion of the campaign sold his soul for warlock powers and is now their arch enemy. You know, like, that reveal is usually fucking hilarious. They're like, I fucking knew it! And I was like, you didn't know shit until I made it happen. You just didn't like the guy.
Yep.
But a lot of times, the fun part about being a dungeon master and kind of this secret is that your players usually have a better answer than you do to most of your puzzles and your traps and your storylines. A lot of times, the players will feed you your own plot line. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, it has to be Mr. Jones. He did this and this and this," and you're like, "Shit, I didn't even think that." But you know, that's great. That's good shit. That's exactly what happened, and I'll let them find the fucking proof of it. And then they feel rewarded for it because they came up with the answer before you did. You know? They're like, fuck that Mr. Jones guy. And don't worry, there's much worse names than that. I think one of the worst D&D names is actually in Saltmarsh. What was that guy's name? Like, Sprig Tigwickler?
You act like I remember what things were called week to week, let alone a year and a half ago.
It was fucking off. Like, it was some of the worst D&D naming I've ever seen done. It was like Sprig Tigwinkler or some shit, and I was like, oh boy, your parents fucking hated you.
Yeah.
And he was like a... I think... Okay, so the way that it was supposed to work out, I believe, was that guy was supposed to attack you when you came into the house. And I just made him like a piss-stained hobo. Boy, what was Story playing in that one? Was it
Rabafress?
No, he was playing Rabafress in the Frost Maiden.
He was a rogue of some sort, I think.
Yeah, he had to have been, because he was the one that was stealthing around and found the gold spider in the bed, and there was some other shit, including the piss guy and the cloak that was in that room that was actually like poisoned, and I think that he put on. But yeah.
Of course, that's how he plays every one of his characters, so it could have been a barbarian that was just, you know, sneaking around.
You mean Ghost of Saltmarsh, or?
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the first. It's one of the first missions. Okay, so a lot of the setup for these is very loosey-goosey.
Give me a journal.
You have one.
I need another one.
What do you mean you need another one? Oh, one that's not for drow porn, you mean?
Yeah. I I tried getting you to pull something up on Discord, but you're not. You didn't click on it.
What? This?
Yeah. Tried getting you to put that up on the screen somehow, but I don't know how.
I'll do this.
There. Look, I made something. It's a hug. He's not here, so he'll never see this. So he'll never see that I was nice to him. He'll never know.
There.
But yeah, Saltmarsh. We were kind of doing the same. I don't know if... No. Because we tried doing that one with Zach and Hunter and Ryan.
I had like 10 people that I was going to swap in and out of that game, but I had no real like commitments from like literally anybody.
I think I have...
It wasn't a game that I was planning on
I don't.
doing incredibly seriously. But I did... I was already thinking about the end game and where you guys were going to go. I still have that. So if we ever go back to Saltmarsh, I have a whole fucking thing for that. Same thing if we ever do like Avernus again or any of the... I don't think we'll probably ever do the Princess of the Apocalypse again because that was just...
That was long.
Well, no, it was just too good.
Yeah.
The way that we ended that one was just too good. You can't go back and do that one again.
The fun we had with that one and...
Too good.
Too much.
Too good. So we'll probably leave that one alone. Querying Company will forever be that campaign. That's probably never going to change. But there's a ton on here. Plus, I have the ability, and have been for several years, building a campaign setting myself that we could possibly switch over to, or Roll20 makes it really easy to transfer characters. So like this House of Lament, one shot essentially that I'm going to drag out into probably 2, maybe 3 sessions. I would like it to be like 2, maybe 3, 2.5 to 3 hour sessions. I don't want it to be much longer than that because I feel like D&D is an incredibly like unsuitable super long format. Like it just I feel like it drags on and gets boring after about 2.5 to 3 hours. So I'd like to keep them like as relatively short as I can, I guess. I don't really know how it'll depend. If we're having fun, we'll probably, just keep going and I'll find a better spot like later down the line, but that's kind of what I'm looking at right now in terms of like how long I'm wanting the sessions to be. And I've already got the starting session for you guys kind of plotted out. Whenever we get down to tax and actually start this up. So I think I saw that we are at like 14 subs and like 155 followers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So
I saw the 155 followers, but I don't know how to see how many.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I want to say like we're getting up there. It's pretty cool. And I want to thank you guys for like all of your support here, kind of in the middle of this stream, because without it, honestly, we probably would have been dead in the water. Like,
yeah,
finding the community that we have so far and like seeing how like I don't know fun this can be.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I
Uh,
don't enjoy anything.
has kind of given way to let us shed what it is that we thought was possible. And it's it's really nice that, like, there's a bunch of people out there that are, like, at least
willing to put up with it?
at least not bored all the time by everything that we do. So that's fun. And hopefully, like, with this, we can give you some more, like, relatively entertaining content, something that maybe you haven't seen before, maybe you have, and keep trying to evolve the channel. This setup, I was just kind of messing with. I don't think this is probably not what I'm going to keep. All of you, I'll probably have you work. Are you drawing?
No, go away. Keep focus on what you're doing.
Huh.
Don't focus on what I'm doing. I'm not ready for it.
Okay. Those of you who get invited to the game, feel free to decorate Strahd's incredibly imposing form. Considering that I've already hijacked this. Just no phalluses, please.
No penises.
No dicks. Please don't draw dicks. That's the only thing that I ask. That's what it always comes down to, though, isn't it? When I'll log in one day and there's just gonna be just dicks everywhere.
Okay,
Help, I can't stop manifesting spaghetti. God damn it. I knew it. I knew that as soon as, like, I saw the, like, the color and everything and, like, the weird fucking shape, I was like, it's spaghetti noodles. He's shooting spaghetti out of his hands. Damn it. He's a pasta mancer. I knew it. The fool. Should have got into towels like Tova. Towels, yes. Should have gone into towels. It's the perfect magic. You're wet, boom, there's a towel. A mess, boom, there's a towel. You're at a pool, and the only way to dry yourself off is the sun? Fuck that. Boom, there's a towel. Need to just evaporate an entire lake? Boom, there's a lake amount of absorbing towels.
Yeah.
Like, that would probably take most of your power, though, right?
Oh, yeah. That's
Like, that would probably exhaust you if you had to absorb an entire lake using just, like, towels that you shoot out of your fucking hands.
Can I invite people to the game?
I imagine they come out like a t-shirt cannon, too.
Hell yeah, brother.
Just like a machine gun t-shirt cannon. Oh, fuck.
Can I invite people to the game? If you invite people
Yes,
to the game?
you should be able to. You just have to, like, go get the code.
Okay. Has she been invited to the game?
No, I haven't invited anyone.
Okay.
I told you I was gonna let you do that.
Well, I wasn't sure. if
Invite
you did.
your people, yes.
Oh,
please.
I don't want to talk to people. What do I have you for?
Dude, I don't know what you want from me,
Oh,
but whatever
I
it
don't know
is,
what
it's
I
too
want from
fucking
you.
much.
You're supposed to know that.
It's too fucking much. You, like, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. Stop harshing my boss.
Speaking of that, I took a really good nap earlier.
I did not. I am still in a incredibly not great
How do I...
state because I haven't slept at all.
That fucking shit. Oh, nice.
Last night I couldn't get to sleep, and then I went to work this morning and clusterfuck.
How do I invite people to the game?
There is a link in the description. No? Here, I'll give it to you. Maybe. No, yours doesn't have it. Although it should be in your Discord because I sent it to you. That link is good for Burr. I think. I don't think I have to give you a new one every single time.
Yeah, it's the same. Where is she? There she is.
But yeah, D&D in a nutshell is impromptu improv that is led by a goblin therapist, essentially. So, strap in, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, pronouns and children of all ages. We we have some fucking probably pretty good stuff coming up. I'm pretty excited for it. Can't speak for you. I would assume you're at least.
I don't feel excitement.
Okay, that's good.
I am ready to play though.
I guess that's something. That's a thing.
I'm excited. I just don't like to get my hopes up for anything. That's just a character flaw of mine.
Well, I mean, if it works out and everybody likes it and we want to keep doing it, then fine. If not, and it turns out that it sucks and we hate it and we never want to do it again, that is also cool. We can go that direction and just find another video game to play. It's not a huge deal. We're just gonna take a risk here and do something that we've kind of always wanted to do. Which I still really don't think that, I keep saying it, I still really don't think anyone wants to watch it, but, I guess we'll see when the time comes, and, we get our first, D&D stream up, so, only time will tell. I will have to send the RPG consent form to Heart 2, if that's who you're inviting.
I also sent one to Gil.
Okay. And Storyfire, or?
Yeah, I sent one to him too, but I don't know if he'll want to play.
He's expressed interest to me. I feel like it might be something that he's interested in. I guess I don't know if he's wanting to get it back into it full time or not, but like I said, I'm only planning on this particular game running about 1 to 2 sessions, maybe a third if it takes that much. There's kind of a lot to it, but it's not very complex. But it is a lot of you just like searching fucking rooms, and there's some other stuff as well, some seances and shit that you guys got to do. Oh, that's okay. There's probably a way for me to fix that so that it's a little bit more instantaneous, but I don't know how right now. and
I don't think we
I'll have
can
to
make it instantaneous. There's always like a
not
5-second delay.
yeah. There's like a small delay that
So
you
that
can
you're
put in there. It's
can't
shorter than
cheat
what it is right
games.
now. Imagine cheating at video games
Right.
because you're so bad you can't win otherwise. Just fools. Mortal fools. But hopefully, like, I can figure out how to fix the stream delay so it's not as... I don't know how bad it is. Because I don't know what the default is set to.
What day of the week were we thinking we would do it? Or will it flux?
What day of the week were we thinking about doing it? Because I honestly don't know, don't care. I like either way. My time is going to be spread incredibly thin.
Yeah.
Between trying to keep up with whatever game we're playing, plus trying to write a campaign, plus working, plus sports and family stuff. Like, this is, just to put it into perspective, not going to be easy. I think it's just great. Confused testimony. Discuss. Yeah, that's fine. If that's something that you want to do, and maybe do it before you come on stream, then yeah, we can talk over what characters you think might fit. The campaign is very... I don't want to say... It can be long, if we want it to be long. But I don't think it necessarily has to be. And the way that you guys go about doing the things that you go about doing can vary heavily. So the type of character that you want to play is going to be more dependent, I think, on the group that you're trying to create, the dynamic that you're trying to create for the group, more than it is going to be geared towards like the content that you're trying to complete, because there is a plethora. You're not going to need just a talking style character or just a fighting style character. Any and all are probably going to work. It's just going to depend on how they gel with the rest of the team. And what it is you guys are wanting to get out of whatever crew you guys come up with. If it's like you're... if you're like a traveling quartet of clerics, it's a quartet, not a quintet, which doesn't, I'm pretty sure, infringe on any copyright or book things. Plus, it wasn't based in Ravenloft. Anyway, if you guys all wanted to be clerics, you could probably do it. Or paladins, or, you know. It's a little cheaty face, but who better to smite a fucking vampire than a group of holy rollers, you know? And maybe that's your name. You're the holy rollers.
I'm already
the Holy Rollers of Tempest.
We did that. That trope been played out.
You did. But maybe you're all clerics of Joss, who's the god of death and murder.
I know who Joss is.
You know?
Well,
like
they don't, though.
Char, Mask. Maybe you could all be clerics of, like, some kind of trickery domain or, like, murder domain, and like...
I'm not a cleric, I'm already a warlock.
You could be a warlock of... Okay, well, I'll just shut right the fuck up.
Thank you.
You're juicy fruit. I forgot about that. I gotta come up with a fucking tree that your life depends on, apparently.
Yeah. I need to look at my character sheet again. Because I don't... honestly, don't remember a lot last night.
You're a Hexblood
Warlock.
Hexblood Warlock. of the fucking shooty kind, like the hunter.
One.
Oh, you went haunted? I thought you went the dark hunter.
Oh, Hunter and Darkness Warlock.
Yeah.
And my background is the haunted one.
Yeah. So, very fucking edgelord.
Very fucking edgelord.
Because you're like half hag, right?
Yeah. Yep. Sort of.
You're like you're like a 50% hag.
Yep.
Hags be nasty. Witches and all their damn fluids. Fucking puking and bleeding all over everything. It's disgusting.
Unsanitary. Wow, this is so different. Wow. Somebody. Yeah. So, D&D.
Okay. An interesting array. Did you decide to go standard array? Or
No.
point by?
Yeah, I did point by.
Okay. The Hunter in the Darkness Warlock. Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
I don't really know. So, fun fact about my compendium in Roll20. I bought a bunch of stuff during the
pandemic.
Yeah, the demic.
No.
Why no? Why was yours a yes and mine was a no? Like, what fucking difference?
No, not you, no. This no.
Oh.
Sorry. Don't pay attention to me.
I was about to get, I'm like, what? Fuck you. God. So, anyway, I don't remember what the fuck I was going into.
You
I was
bought a
trying
bunch
to.
of shit during the pandemic.
Yeah, and it turns out like some of that stuff was like extra spells and classes and shit. So I've got a ton of supplement stuff that's like technically non-canon 5e stuff. A lot of it's Kobold Press, which I really enjoy. A lot of their stuff. If you guys don't know anything about them, they have a couple of really high quality monster manuals. There's the Creature Codex and the fucking Tome of Beasts.
Tome of Beasts, yep.
And they are phenomenal. It gives you a complete array of new, completely different creatures that are completely invented by Kobold Press. And then there are some really good like twists on some old favorites like mummies and undead, like, you know, zombies and shit like that. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of new versions of old monsters, so that if you got a party of veteran players that have seen pretty much everything there is to see, you can throw something at them that they have never fucking seen before, and they won't know how to react to it. And there's some pretty cool shit that Kobold Press has. So another thing to kind of check out, but that is, we are going to be using some incredibly probably unplay-tested spells. So
yeah.
Some of the shit's probably gonna be a little broken. We might have to rein it in a little bit, but like I'll cross that fucking bridge when I get there, because again, like, rule of cool. If it's badass, we're gonna let it happen. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And don't forget that it shot bone shards that were like as sharp as arrows out of it.
That sucked ass.
It was such a good fucking monster. It had a ranged attack. It had a when it closed in, it had a grapple attack that would pull you into the center and just fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like it was such a monstrosity for being a 7th level creature. It had a multi attack. Oh, it rolled like 60 feet around.
Yeah.
It was a giant corpse ball.
It was very gross.
And it was actually the first time I think that I had hit Echo, Ty's character, because up until that point,
and you hit her hard.
Yeah, up until that point, I think that those characters were broken, and it was my fault. I did a bad. I went by the 3.5 standard of, oh, it's not like plus 25. Well, that's wrong. And basically allowed them to beef their characters up as much as possible. I mean, there was several characters with 20s and multiple stats. I let you guys roll really high for your first characters. Like, it was...
Yeah.
In retrospect,
really
it was a
high,
terrible
and then
fucking
there was
idea.
Cyrus.
Because the system itself is built on prestige, so unlike the traditional systems of 3.5 and Pathfinder, which a lot of people like those systems do not like 5th edition for this reason, the simplified way that 5th edition does skills is rather than hand you a shit ton of skill points and be like, here, you're just going to put these into stealth anyway, but you can have these and spread them out if you feel like it amongst other skills. But let's be real, you're a rogue and the only thing you give a fuck about is stealthing, so your stealth is going to be plus, like... it's going to be like plus 25 with your cloak and everything by the time that you're level 10. Yeah. So, I mean...
Are we starting at level 1?
Yes.
Okay.
And in this game, you have a handful of points that go in at the beginning, and then your points increase slowly as you level up. But it basically evens out, because a rogue by endgame is still going to have a plus 14 or 15, and in this game, a 30 is, like, impossible. So being able to auto-roll halfway to impossible is fucking nuts. And we had a rogue, I think, in the first campaign that had a plus 17 by the end of the campaign in stealth and lockpicking and investigation, if I'm not mistaken, because they took expertise and it doubles your prestige bonus. Rogues are stupid fucking broken. But that aside, like, you can get pretty busted pretty quick, especially if you have even a plus 3 in one of your abilities. It becomes a nightmare scenario for DMs very, very quickly. Okay, Chooch-it. The Snoochie Pooch dog. Yes. Okay, good. Just get out from underneath me, please. Fuck. But that's, that was an experience for me. I learned very quickly that 5th edition is incredibly different from 3.5, even though it looks pretty similar, and it, the bonuses rack up incredibly quickly. If you guys manage to hit level 3, usually at that point, you can survive long enough to become unkillable. It's... 5th edition makes it... 5th edition makes it really easy to live out your hero fantasy. You are playing a superhero. And it is very much centered around the players being the heroes of the story, which is great. I actually like that a lot, specifically for ooh. Oh. It's just a
It's one of my skills.
ability. That's neat. As a bonus action, you harmlessly remove a lock of your hair, one of your nails, or one of your teeth. Until you finish a long rest, while this token is imbued in this way, you can take these actions. Telepathic message. Within 10 miles of the radius of you casting it, you can speak with a creature that is holding or carrying the token. The message can contain up to 25 words. You can enter a trance as an action that lasts for 1 minute, but ends early if you dismiss it as an action. Or are incapacitated during this trance, you can see or hear from the token as if you are located where it is. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's like a scrying orb that you can just drop and on-demand look through.
Yeah.
Is it like once per long rest? Okay, that's good, because that's a oh fuck, that's a busted ass. That's a Scanlan shit. Is what that is.
Yeah.
That is a Scanlan scrying shit.
Yep.
Once created, a token and feature this way, you cannot do so again until you finish a long rest, at which point you regrow your missing part. So you just, like, fucking pull a piece of yourself off.
Yep. I'm gonna like this.
You just, like, snap a chunk of you off and throw it on the ground, and then you're like, I can see through that from up to 10 miles away.
This shit's right up my alley.
That's fucking gross, dude. That's some yeah, exactly. Pluck off your body and go. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So I go to cast Firebolt and instead
I
like
accidentally
shoot boiling hot blood out of my eyes.
Blood out of my eyes?
You excuse me? You what now?
Goddamn.
Between that one and then Robafresh shooting tentacles out of his throat.
Yeah.
Those two really got me. I was like, where the... Oh, yeah. I gave you guys new spells. There's some real zingers in there. I hope we get a mage. I hope we get a sorcerer or something that's just got like some batshit spells. Because there's like clockwork spells and blood spells and like time spells, yeah. Gravity spells, darkness spells, shadow flame versions of other spells. There's like elemental, like specific spells now rather than just being like fireball. There's also like
ice ball.
Yeah, there's like a giant rock one and like some really cool stuff. Ah, Tiefling Divine Sorcerer. Kind of a Mollymock situation. Although he was
Blood hunter.
Yeah, he was a blood hunter, but long may he reign.
Man, that busted me up.
I loved Mollymock. He was a great character. Yeah, and we can go over them. Like, if you're interested in playing that one or any other one, like, and you have a good reason for it to fit, then we can talk it over, and I'm sure Mez will like some, like, character building with her character.
Yeah.
Do you have to be from a specific area to be a Hag Raven?
I don't think so.
Okay. you can just be part hag, and is it like a? I'm assuming because of the physical like features that you have that it is apparent physically.
Yeah.
That you are in fact part hag.
Or at least that I'm a hex blood.
I guess it could just come as like small.
I don't have it in
changes
my compendium, so you'd have to look it up.
For what?
Compendium.
What am I looking for?
Hex blood.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the hex blood. Hex bloods infused with magic, sea, green, anise hags share a moment around a cauldron. Nice. Okay, so they don't look that goofy, and as a warlock, I'm pretty sure there's Eldritch invocations that you can get like free.
They're also not like a race. They're a lineage. So it's kind of like
a template for going over the half of whatever the fuck it is that you're going over.
Yeah.
So like you look mostly human, but you have some fey traits.
Yep.
Where wishing fails, ancient magic can offer a heart's desire, at least for a time. Hexbloods are individuals infused with eldritch magic, fey, energy, or other mysterious witchcraft. Some who enter bargains with hags gain their deepest wishes, but eventually find themselves transformed. These changes can be evident as a hag's influence, ears that split into forked points, skin that's a lurid shade, long hair that regrows immediately if cut, and an irremovable living crown. Along with these marks, hexbloods manifest hag-like traits such as dark vision and a variety of other magical methods to beguile the senses and avoid. While hexbloods gain their lineage after making a deal with hags, others may reveal their nature as they age. So, what kind of hexblood were you? Did you make a deal? Or were you born? Watch out, baby, I was born this way. Nope.
I don't know.
Were you born this way?
I rolled for it.
Okay. This is...
It is... I don't know where to find that.
I think you just rolled.
Okay.
Oh,
right, I did. It was a slighted druid transformed you.
Yeah. Slighted druid transformed you, and you are now bound to live only so long as a sacred tree bears fruit. So basically, Beauty and the Beast. You fucked with a magic wizard who then fucked back.
Is he chewing on something on my chair?
Underneath your chair, and it's a guys. It's their bones are wrapped up in something else that's underneath your chair.
Oh no, they just like to tear this thing.
No, their bones are wrapped up in it. Okay. So did you want to choose one of these other ones, then?
Yeah, I did. Because I liked the first one that I got, and then I rolled, and I was like, well, darn, I rolled, and now I need to keep that one. But
What was the one that you got first? Because I don't think that you... Sounds good. Heart.
okay.
What?
I just was responding to her. It's fine. What? I can't remember which one I had first, because now that I look at these, I don't remember. 'Cause I remember reading one and being like, ooh, I like that.
Do you have one that you prefer? There are several here.
I know, but I don't...
Seeking a child, your parent made a bargain with a hag.
I can't use that one. I already did that. That's how Mazizi was born.
Completely different things. Completely different entities.
Yeah. Sort of.
Fake kidnapper swapped you and your parents' child. Coven of Hags lost one of its members, and you were created to replace the lost hag. That could be a story of either, like, an actually, like, weird, loving home.
Yeah.
Or, like,
I think...
abject abuse. You were cursed as a child to deal with spirits of the forest, transforming you into a hexblood. You now are free of curse. You began your life as a fey creature. Accident changed you and forced you from your home. The slighted druid transformed you and bound, and basically, like, so long as the rose has petals, you know, have a chance to be alive, apparently, rather than just, like, not be a beast full time. But that could turn into its own, like, freeing yourself of your curse story.
Yeah.
And it kind of depends on, like, how in-depth you want to go with that. And whether or not you want me to make an entire, like, side quest to complete so that you can free yourself of that curse, or if you even care.
Yeah. But
that would be kind of up to your discretion. When creating a hexblood, consult with the DM to see if it's appropriate to tie to one of the origins from the Domains of Dread. I don't think that it's necessary. You can be a hexblood from anywhere.
Okay.
That's...
Oh.
What? So Haslin is bizarre magic of this domain exposes the populace to supernatural forces, apparently giving rise to hexbloods. Tempest.
Mother.
Many of the children in the town of Victal are hexbloods who exhibit their supernatural natures at a young age. Each youngster is considered gifted from the town's patron deity, who is known only as Mother. And actually, I read about that one. Mother is incredibly fucked up.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a really good story too. Cardakas, which whimsical witches make their home in the forest of Cardakas. They eagerly grant wishes of the locals, seeking grand fortunes for their children. And I'm assuming the magic twists to make their
children into hexbloods.
Well, their children into hexbloods, and whatever they wanted turned into a fucking nightmare. Because that's how hags work, let's be real. So, as a creature type, you are Fey. You're either small or medium when you choose this lineage. Your walking speed is 30 feet, which is weird because if you're small, it should be 25, but who fucking cares?
You walk very fast.
It's stupid to nerf races based on like leg size. It's like, well, they just fucking waddle a little bit faster, you know? Like, just give them all 30 feet. Who gives a fuck? Oh, you give that halfling the ability to, or not halfling, but dwarf the ability to walk 5 more feet, and holy shit, his armored ass is going to be overpowered.
Oh. See, I didn't understand that last night. I didn't understand much last night.
Ancestral Legacy.
That's what I didn't understand.
If you replace your race with this lineage, you can keep the following elements of any race. Skill, proficiency, climbing, flying, swimming speed that you gained from it. So basically you just lay this lineage on top of whatever normal skill choices you would make from like a human or a tiefling or yeah. And so basically you could theoretically, yes.
A fae? No. A druid?
You could be a Ladrin. You could be Shadar Kai. You could be well, I mean, that Shadar Kai is probably fucking pushing it, but
no, huh? Found. I don't have access to your compendium.
Huh?
Do I need to change something?
No, I think I need to go into my game here and fucking compendium. Yes. Save compendium. They did change a lot of shit on this. Advantage toggle. I forgot to change all this shit. Whisper toggle. Do you guys want to auto roll damage and crit?
Yes.
Global save, global skill, global attack, global damage, because then you can make your own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do dex tiebreakers because that's stupid. That's another thing we'll have to figure out. Character pogs. I have a few that are already made, but if you're gonna do your own art, then
mayhaps.
By default, changing character levels will automatically set spell slots, hit dice. Changing the setting to off prevents this behavior. No, I want that. We're going to do variant, compendium compatible inventory. Yeah. Features and traits. I do not want NPC names in the roles. I want them to be a secret. A secret. Just like Edward Snowden. Okay. If you exit out of it and come back in, you should be able to use all my stuff.
Yes, hi Pooch.
Probably. Mostly. Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see.
We were reading about Hexbloods.
Enter. Hey! There it is. We're good.
You get dark vision of 60 feet. What fucking race except for, like, half-orc doesn't?
Human.
Human, half-orc, and dragonborn, right? No, even half-orc I think it's dark vision. But I think that with Tasha's, you can choose to take it as a trait now.
Dragonborn don't. There's a few.
Like I said, you can build your own lineage though with Tasha's,
Yeah.
so like there's even that's not a thing anymore. Hags can undertake a ritual that irreversibly transforms a hex blood into a newly created hag. Either one of their own kind or embodies a hexblood's nature. This requires that both the hag and the hexblood are in the same place, consent to a lengthy ritual. Circumstances most hexblood shun, but might come to accept over the courses of centuries. Oh, so they live for an incredibly long amount of time then. Once a hexblood undergoes the irreversible ritual, they emerge as a hag NPC no longer under control of the hexblood player. Unless the DM rules otherwise. That's an interesting lineage. I'm guessing that that's probably the first of what they're going to start doing to kind of make the game more like Pathfinder in that sense. Mm-hmm. To integrate it.
Probably.
Okay. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nito Bandito. Yeah. Are you gonna go with the Furball as your base race? You are. Is it gonna be a? Oh shit! One of Nan's kids done got in trouble.
One of Nan's youngins.
Oh damn!
Shit. Oh goddamn!
Oh goddamn! Mom's gonna be pissed.
Probably one of Nan's grandkids.
Get my magic missile spatula. I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna eat that goddamn arm, crab boy.
I'm gonna eat that some bitch.
You gonna watch me do it, Carl? Poor little bastard.
Waste not, want not, Carl.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mr. Quarian. I Carl. What, sir?
Yes, sir.
Dodge! Just throws a punch at him. Damn it, Carl. Oh, sorry, Mr. Quarian, sir. I wasn't quick enough. You got me that time.
Oh, Gilladell did a good job with that character.
Yeah.
He did a good job with that campaign. That was fun.
And then he just turns to water.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat that some bitch's crab claw, Carl. I'm gonna eat it.
Yep.
He transforms back into a human. Well, goddamn.
Oh, goddamn.
I really want to eat that crab arm. Oh.
I'm gonna eat that son of a bitch.
Who says thank you, Gil? And for what?
Because I said he did a really good job on that campaign.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Carl was, like, the GOAT of that entire campaiging.
I don't know. Rudy was pretty good too.
And
so was
Raylude.
and so was fucking what was their names? The fucking 3 mercenaries.
Oh shit. Oh no, I don't remember.
It was
No.
Mork.
And
Yeah, because the other one died, didn't he?
yeah.
Because Captain of the Guard was Mork.
Yep.
He was getting fucking lazy by the end of it.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Cad. Mork and Cad and Tom. Tom died.
Tom was the one that died. Yeah.
Yep. Because I was like there was one that had a normal name.
And Carl almost died too.
Yeah, but Nan.
No, Rudy gave up his crystal.
Oh yeah.
Rudy gave up his crystal to revive
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah, to save Carl. Really gave up
his crystal hammer.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
Rude.
That's what we get for trying to fight a giant earth elemental.
Yep.
More Cad and Tom. Jesus. We'll pay you twice what they're paying you. All right, boys, kill them.
Yep. Yeah, because
it was so easy to buy
Lyric
their fucking
had
love.
Cast fog cloud, and we were all inside of this fog cloud, and they were like trying to attack us through it. And Nan had a pouch of 800 gold pieces, and just stuck her hand out of the fog cloud and was like, "Hey, I'll give you this gold if you kill them instead of us." And he was like, turns.
He was like, tossed it up in the air a couple times. Yeah, all right, we're killing them. Get them, boys. That's a hefty sum of gold right there. God, that's some good stuff.
Because Nan had no idea how money worked.
I hope that we can get some pretty good,
some good moments like that.
Some really good moments in this one too. Yeah, I know we will. With the right groups of people, we'll have no problem.
Yeah, we fucked them up good.
Well, I mean, it was one of the first times that we actually made a plan.
And it worked!
Not only did it work, we stuck to it pretty fucking closely.
Yeah.
And we murdered them.
A lot of people. We marked a lot of people.
There was like at least 15 guys. Plus their horses that were just fucking incinerated.
Yeah. Plus the, wereboar.
Well, we did that before. Because we waited until they left with the main force.
Traumatized herself for sure.
we waited until they left the fort with the main force to go attack the Earth Temple. And then when they did that, we snuck in as recruits. And then once we realized they were, like, super weak and basically decimated, we were like, yeah, fuck these guys. Let's kill everybody here and then set a trap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we just kind of systematically, like, kicked doors in and just killed anything that moved.
And then waited for them to come back to their own house and then lit them on fire. It was pretty savage.
Yeah, there was, like, 5, 6 of us, 7. Well, we had...
And then Quarian's like, I've got to keep.
Quarian,
I'm like, that's
Ezra.
not how land works.
And then we had Tom, Mork, Cad.
But then it turns out
So that's 7
our
of
DM
us.
was like, that's actually exactly how land works. And we're like, okay, well, I guess I'm wrong.
Yep. 7 of us against, like, a shit ton of people that came through. I mean, we had bodies stacked in that entryway.
God, they were side by side.
Yeah.
And then we used the net to keep their horses from being able to move, and then we lit them on fire.
Yeah,
Ooh.
as their horses ran in, we pulled the net, and it, like, broke all the horses' legs, and they all, like, fell. And then she lit them all on fire.
It was bad.
Stop it. Eat your toy.
But all is fair in
Not eat your toy, chew your toy.
love, war, and castle capturing.
Yeah. That was fun. And then we turned it into, like, its own little city, like...
Then we were medieval town simulator at that point.
Yep. Yeah, we spent a lot of time just, like, figuring out the logistics of running a town.
Yeah, and then actually funding it. And using our murder spoils.
Of cooked horse and man. Yeah, and then when Nan cooked dinner for everybody that night, they were like, "What is this?" She's like, "Mostly horse. What's the rest of it? You don't want to know.
Don't worry about
Meat's
it.
meat."
Don't worry about it. Mork, if you needed to know, I'd tell you. All right, Nan. That's fine.
They were having a lurid affair.
You heard it here first, folks. Nan and Mork. Porkin'. God damn it. Let's come up with some good goddamn characters and put on a show.
It's Morkin time.
It's Morkin time. Yeah, but, do you have anything else that you kind of want to, like, talk about, or?
No.
Okay. I think that's going to be, it for us for tonight, then.
Yeah. That's gonna be... done.
Yeah. Probably won't do another one of these unless, the player characters that want to roll their stuff in front of everybody want to do that and are wanting to kind of show off what they're making. Otherwise, we'll probably record a session where it's just, you know, people making characters and figuring out what it is that they're going to be doing in each thing, and then we'll cut that down, edit it, and put it on YouTube or something. Because I know there are quite a few people that do actually like the character building portion of, like, this game, and just like seeing how the numbers and the skills and the abilities and spells and shit work. And we are trying to build interest in, you know, the hobby, so we'll go ahead and do that for you. But there are some people that don't want all of the number crunching, so we might not do all of that on stream. We might just record it and do it a separate time. But that's going to go ahead and be it for us for tonight. I don't think Astral's even... It's not even online.
No, he's not.
And I am at a mostly loss and as to how to
How to read.
yeah, basically do anything on here.
Let's Google it.
Huh? You did what now?
I said, let's Google it. Okay, to start a raid, type /raid,
Okay.
and then followed by the name of the channel you wish to raid.
Space in between. Do you have anyone on right now
Let's look.
that we haven't rated before? Because I think most of the people that I have on right now we've rated. I want to get somebody new from your friends list. Maybe if you've got somebody that you've been checking out that maybe you want to send some love.
Maybe. I don't know if we've done this one. I forgot what I was doing.
Sending me the name of the channel.
Yep. We done that one?
Yeah, I think we have. But that's okay. Okay, so, I suppose thank yous go out to everybody that shows up every night. We do love you guys. To our subscribers, our followers. Check us out on all the socials. Join our Discord. Go ahead and, if you are interested in maybe coming in for a couple of sessions of D&D, hit us up. We're definitely looking for players to sub in for a couple of sessions here and there. Maybe do a specialized mission where, you're like a werewolf hunter or something that's hunting down a werewolf and the players go with you. Or some shit like that. I'll figure something out. But if you guys are interested in playing, please go ahead and give us some love and, do all this stuff that you would normally do. Thanks to Dead Fam. Thanks to Dubby. And thanks to our wonderful Mazizi for all the art. If you guys need to catch up on anything, like I said, social media, Discord, that's where we're going to be found for the most part. We love you guys. Stay classy and behave yourselves in chat. Give a follow and a like and everything. Love you guys.
Do the thing. Bye, love you.